I'm saying you ain't chill, you want it. Been careful shit you ain't did, but nigga you want it. Fast fucking lying, I'm saying you want it. A nigga left you for a friend, but really you want it. You want it, you want it, you want it. You want it, you want it. You brought it. The hands ran up to you and me. They put dope in our communities. Had it plotted out the ruin I see. Fucking up the unity. I made a girl on the golf side. Used to keep it when I don't do this shit usually. My daddy was a crack fiend. Mama wasn't there. Not a thing what you do to me. Meanwhile, house full of real estate. New car on the interstate. Looking from the pulpit. Money going into play every Sunday. Nigga, bitch, you got a jet off the shores of the Pompeii, off the runway. While the people still hungry, down by the good place, by the one way. So those that were born there, families destroyed, they got torn down. The crack epidemic was chemical warfare. Based on the black household by the CIA, they committed in a 400-page document that they brought it by the polo many days. Hey, wonder why I speak on it? I gotta put the T on it. Cause I'm strong in the city, you get a chicken, put a leash on it. Everybody from the high school, they lost about 3 homies. The way they treat us not cool, everybody went to sleep on us. Niggas, I'm saying you ain't chill, you want it. Been careful shit you ain't did, but nigga you want it. Fast fucking lying, I'm saying you want it. A nigga left you for a friend, but really you want it. 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 You want it.
Hey, shalom, 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 Israel. We will get started in it. Y'all stand in a few there.
Get it up the mud. Get it up the mud. Gotta get it up the mud. Get it up the mud. Gotta get it up the mud. Gotta get it up the mud. Gotta get it up the mud. Get it up the mud. Gotta get it up the mud. Get it up the mud. Gotta get it up the mud. Gotta get it up the mud. Ride through the city, AK in the trunk, got my hand on the lap with a strap on it. I got niggas taking pics on the feds, taking pics on another cell phone, got a tap on it. Hey, motherfucker ain't deep enough to wax these grown man balls, 3 packs on it. I can get your head shut, jumping off the pavement like to put it through and jump jacks on it. Brotherhood out of my section, brotherhood can't be a word. I'm brother quick prayer with your nigga, plus with the little mama she says. You can shoot it out and yell and touch my blood, I know that I'm scared. But you a black man like me, so I'd rather see you fly like the Jacksons. Trying out my chrome, king shit, look at my. Jumping on one of your niggas, make that shit in your clothes. If we can get money off the hood, put other niggas on. Can't get it out the mud. 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 Can't get it out the mud.
Hey, shalom, we'll get started with you, all right? I'm going to just let this music play, then we'll go and get it, right? By the way, it's a live. Shalom.
Khan, sir. Shalom, Alawani. Yabba Shem Shabbat. No sweat.
Shrimp got man's killers on the turf like ship out the bird. Hand on the bird. Tell them about the last bigger than trying to ship they purple his turf. Now take them same get principle. Apply that shit to illegal hustle. Together we get principle. Let the gangster niggas all be the muscle. Fuck out of one credentials. Put our own schools with the infrastructure. And if they try to sell business up our neighborhood, then we tell them fuck it. Go. We can make a whole lot of gold. Never gotta sell no. Nigga, I be on the go. Holla at the girl with the bro. Wrist full of liquor in the club, but go bro. Nigga put a gas in the air, let all the black folks here talk to the kid. Gotta get out the mud. Gotta get it 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 out the mud.
Yeah. Once again, we here. You already know what it is. You understand? We're the I.S.U.P.K Israel School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom to all the brothers, to all the black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. I say Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Katam. To all the sisters, I say Shalom. Yahweh Shemada Thumb Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm Officer 1000 out of y'all with me. Understand? Out of y'all with the I.S.U.P.K, which is the Israel School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started at 120th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Understand? Joining with me right now is Officer 50 Shire 1, powerful priest and brother. You understand? Shalom, priest. Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Kathah.
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Kathah.
Understand? Now, for those that are new in this channel, man, what we do in the I.S.U.P.K, we teach black, Hispanics, and Native Indian their custom, their culture, their identity. We show them exactly what to do if you really love God. Now we see everybody, you understand, claiming that they love God. All the Christians, all the Muslims, everybody has a sense of, like, you know what? I love God. God is within me. God talked to me, and so on. In the I.S.U.P.K, we prove exactly that we love God, and we will prove you to see if you really love God. You understand? This is our job as priest and prophet of the Most High. You understand? To tell you who you are, to show you exactly your great culture, to show you that you're royalty. But it comes with a price. It comes with the fact that you won't follow the white man. It comes with the price that you will deny yourself of the pleasure of this world. But you will be pleased and find pleasure into serving your brother, into serving your nation, into doing what the Most High tells you to do. You understand? And today, what do we see? You understand? Matter of fact, yesterday, what do we see? Officer Shawan? We seen a bunch of Christians, you understand, having a big feast, celebrating with the turkey. You understand? I got greens, potatoes, tomatoes, all of that. You understand? We see them celebrating, man. You understand? Saying, well, happy Thanksgiving. It's a day where we thanking God for what He has done for us throughout the year. Newsflash, Christian. Thanksgiving has nothing to do with God. Understand? Like, Thanksgiving has nothing to do with God. Matter of fact, tonight we will show you exactly where Thanksgiving comes from. Hey, Chupa Barakela Shalom, soldier. Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Kathah.
Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Kathah.
You understand? Tonight we will show you exactly where Thanksgiving comes from, man. Thanksgiving is not a day where you should thank the Most High and it's about the Most High. Thanksgiving has nothing to do with the Most High. You understand? One thing that we need to ask ourselves, did Christ celebrate Thanksgiving? Can I see the apostles celebrate Thanksgiving? Since y'all Christian so quick to claim, you know what? The laws of the Bible are done away with. I don't have to follow the laws. Now it's the New matters, right, Christian? Where in the New Testament I could see the celebration of Thanksgiving? Which means Christ, nor the apostles, nor the prophet in the Old Testament celebrated Thanksgiving. So, like, before we start, right, I got another article I'm going to share with y'all. But before we get there, somebody bring me to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2:7, by the way. You understand? Thanksgiving has nothing to do with God. And if you celebrate Thanksgiving, if you are a Christian that celebrated Thanksgiving and think you love God, you actually hate God. Because Thanksgiving is about the murder of the chosen people of God. Thanksgiving is about the murder, the genocide, the killing, the raping of the tribe of God, the Gadics of the Bible, man. The North American Indian, man. This is what you're celebrating, man. You understand? Sister. You understand? Now, so many black people, man, so many of our people are quick to say, well, I have native part in me. You understand? I have native blood in me. Those same people will celebrate Thanksgiving. Those same people will be on that turkey, you understand? Eating that turkey up and everything on Thanksgiving. While Thanksgiving is about the slaughter of the native, man. Native blood. If you claim you are part of the tribe of Gad, why would you even celebrate Thanksgiving? That's stupid. That's something that's moronic. Doesn't make sense. You celebrating the same disaster of the disaster of your own people by the pilgrim, man. And we're gonna prove it to them. For those that ain't know in Canada, Canada have their own Thanksgiving, right? And when you look at the Canada Thanksgiving, that's like this thing Thanksgiving, they claim that it's because of the war they won, and some type of war they won. But actually, it's about action de grâce in French. Understand? It has nothing to do with Christ, man. It has nothing to do with the Bible, but it's about the murder of a people, man. Understand? Before we get to the article, to provide Keller, can you bring me to the verse, but what?
Ecclesiastes. Ye that fear the Lord,
And
wait for his
Salak and
mercy.
Warrior. Salak and Warrior. Read it again. You were chopping up a little bit.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
Salak, bring me to the 33rd chapter then. 33rd chapter, verse 7. 33rd chapter, verse 7. Salak.
Kananawakan. Ecclesiastes chapter 33, verse 7. Why doth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the
Why?
years
Wait
of
there,
the
wait there.
sun?
Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there with the first part. Why does one day excel above another? What does that mean? Why do we see there's a higher day above another day? This day is higher, like the Shabbat today. The Shabbat is higher every day of the week, right? Why is it higher than every day of the week? When all the days of the week, the sun resides. We see the sun shine. The sun, you understand? Like we say, the sun rise. You understand? We see the sun rise on there every day. We see the sun, you understand, going to a sunset, you understand, going to its decreasing period or mode. We call it sunset. And we have a sunrise. So why is the days above, why one day is above another day?
Right.
Go ahead.
When as all the light of every day in the years of the sun.
Every day of the year is of the sun. You understand? The sun marks the day. You understand? From sundown to sunset, it's like a, from sundown to sunrise. You understand? It's like from sundown to another sundown. That's it, one day. So the sun preside over every day. So who has the say so to make to say, well, you know what? This day is above another day. Go ahead.
Verse 8. By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished.
By who?
By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished.
Salakia to provide a white man.
By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished.
Salakia to but we gotta celebrate Thanksgiving.
By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished.
wait a minute. Let me get this straight, soldier. So we got to celebrate Christmas that is coming.
Lot of one.
Go ahead, give me that part again.
By the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished.
Now, this is what we got to get. What does that mean by the knowledge of the Lord that we distinguish? What does that mean? Also, like Officer Shaw, can you drop the sign in link, Bible question? Now, I might need you to put the sign out links out as well later on in the class, all right? Officer Shaw, I don't know if you hear me.
Salaki, other one, it was cutting up a little for me.
So, Officer, if you could drop the sign in link, and I'll also need you to put in the sign out link later on in the class, all right?
Cut on concert.
To water, please. All right. So, Trooper Barakiana, what does that mean by the knowledge of the Lord? That they are distinguished.
Salak, and the Lord made some days that were special. The rest, they were regular days.
So say it again, question.
The Lord made some special days for us, and the rest were regular days.
Exact. By the knowledge of the Lord, which means what? The Lord says so. This is what He wants. You understand? Who created the day? The Lord created the day. God created every day. You understand? God created every day. God created, you understand, 7 day of the week. So God has the say so on which day is above another day. Not the white man, not the Hindus, not the Chinaman, not the African, not voodoo. You understand? No has a say so on which day is above another day. But the Most High does. The Most High that created everything. The Most High that created flesh, that created the sky, that created the ground. You understand? Heaven and earth. He has a which is above another day. He has the say so in everything. He's the creator. The creator has the right to say which day is above another day. Okay? Go ahead.
And he altered seasons and feasts.
You understand? He made some day for seasons. You understand? Like you have like 4 seasons, and he made some days for feast. This is why you understand some season. You understand the weather change. Just like Montreal right now, we're starting getting snow. You understand? So you understand up coming. You understand close to November, December, the season change. The Most High made it that way. Coming, you understand, until March. You understand? It start getting on the new year. You understand? March, April. Now you understand it starts changing. Now the snow is melting. You understand? Now you're seeing the flower blooming. You understand everything. You understand the trees getting their green back. You understand? The Lord made it so. So the Most High, you understand? Most of our people, not to say all, because us in the I.S.U.P.K, we're not gonna follow the white man. But most of our people are following exactly the white man. Now, it's something strange. They tell you that the laws are done away with, right? They tell you exactly that we don't need to follow the laws in the Old Testament. Christians are telling you that, but they're gonna follow every word of the white man. Now, isn't it something strange? That shows that the white man is the God of the Christians. That shows that the white man is the God of Christianity. That shows that Christianity doesn't obey God, but they obey who? Massa. And the mentality that you got to break from. That's the slave mind that you got to escape and get the truth, so the truth will set you free, man. Keep on going on, Supermarket.
Verse 9. Some of them had he made high days and hollowed them.
Some of them had, you understand? Some of them he made high days and did what?
And hollowed them.
And put them separate, bless them. You understand? Some of these days are blessed days. Tomorrow we're gonna feast. We don't feast, you understand, on the genocide of our own people. But you know what we're feasting on? We're gonna feast on, you understand, on the destruction of the Greeks. We're gonna feast on the, you understand, on our people. You understand? Winning war against the Greeks. We're gonna feast on that. We're gonna be in brotherhood tomorrow. We're gonna, you understand, raise our glass and say Kwame Yasharala. You understand? We're gonna eat good. You understand? Like this, we commemorate what happened, you understand, back days. We commemorated exactly our forefathers won the war against the Greeks. We're not like the Christians. We follow this Bible. We read this Bible. We know that this Bible is about us. We know that we are our forefathers. You understand? And we won against the Greeks. We won against the Edomites. And we're going to commemorate that. We're going to celebrate that. But you know what? Yesterday, Christians celebrated the death of our own people. You understand? The death of our own people. As a Levite, it saddened me like as a Levite. You understand? Thank God I never used to celebrate Thanksgiving and everything. But as a Levite, I see Levites celebrating Thanksgiving. And they're going to be like, 18. They're going to be like, you know what? I'm proud to be Haitian. We won against the Caucasian. We won against the French. Yet celebrating a feast where the French, it's like where the England, where the Pilgrim, where the English destroy their own people. Now that's what Spirit did to us. Jules Charm, hey Shalom, since y'all Shemara Taba Hashem Yoshai. Understand? We gotta understand where these other days come from. We gotta understand the speech that we celebrating come from. Who make one day higher than another day? God does. God did, not the white man. It's about time we stop following the white man in this way. It's about time we start following what they pay. You understand? These heathens are put on us and tell us that this is what's good and this is what's not good. Nah, the Bible. Open up your Bible, Christian. Open up the Bible and see and realize what is good. Realize what you should not do. You understand? God didn't make Thanksgiving. If God made one day higher than another day, or some days higher than other days, I should be finding Thanksgiving in the Bible. I'm not finding Thanksgiving in the Bible. You understand? I'm finding Passover in the Bible. A feast where we commemorate the death of the Egyptians. I'm finding Hanukkah, the feast of dedication, where we celebrate, you understand, the death of the Greeks. But you're going to realize it today. And you're going to see it today. You're going to realize it today. You understand? And Officer Shah 1, double question, please. Can you open up the article?
Con, sir.
That I sent you, double question. Do what, please? Super Keller, you can finish the verse.
And some of them had he made ordinary days.
And some of them God made ordinary days. You understand? God made some feasts, some days that are high, and God made some days that are just days. You understand? Now, right, you understand? Now, if you open your Bible, you understand? You'll find the days that are we supposed to feast on. Understand? You find the days we're supposed to feast on. But if in those days that we're supposed to feast on, I don't see Thanksgiving, I don't see Christmas, I don't see the New Year's, which is on this January the first. I don't see Halloween. I don't see St. Valentine's Day. I don't see none of these things that we are celebrating as Christian and in this empire, man. But I do see Hanukkah when we go in the book of Maccabees. I do see, you understand, the feast of dedication. I do see the feast, you understand, where we fast. I see the feast of trumpet. I see exactly, you understand, the Passover. These things I could see in the Bible. Because why? Because God made those days higher than the other days. Now we're gonna get into where Thanksgiving comes from. And just like the title, if you celebrated Thanksgiving, you celebrated the genocide of the people, of God chosen people. And at the same time, you hate God. If you didn't know, now you know. If you don't mind, please.
Con, sir. This is the real story of Thanksgiving, a story of massacre, 1637.
Stop it there. Now you see exactly the Thanksgiving where it started, right? They're gonna tell you where it started. Now in this picture, what you see a devil. You see devil exactly killing Native Indian, right? Even though
Right.
it's a little like gray and black and white picture. I mean the picture. I mean, you understand? Design and everything, what you want to call it. But you see blood, I mean the red to signify blood. Thanksgiving is tainted with blood, man. And there's a rapper that they put out, Captain Tazaria. I put on his Instagram. There's a rapper that came with a song. I wish I would download it. If later on the class you could find it, you understand, and we could share part of it. Like this, we could, I mean, or people could see exactly what Thanksgiving is about. Thanksgiving is tainted with blood. That you don't know about Thanksgiving is thing that is gonna be revealed to you tonight.
The article goes on to read.
You gonna see Salak priest. Understand? Salak priest. Let me
Con,
just
sir.
chime in a little bit. Let me just chime in a little bit, please. Understand? Now, all this year, you understand? The people was like, yeah, you know what? The Lord is good, Officer one. The Lord is good all the time. You understand? So we got to
God.
give thanks. You understand? Come November, we giving thanks. You understand? Well, and you're gonna see what you giving thanks. You understand? Go ahead, Officer.
Con. This is the real story of Thanksgiving, explained by Susan Bates. Doesn't have quite the same fuzzy feelings associated with it as the one where the Indians and pilgrims are all sitting down together at the big feast. We all need to learn the painful history of Thanksgiving so we do not live in lies.
Now, so like a priest. Now, this is not. We didn't write this. Officer Shaw one is not. Didn't write what he's reading right now. Trooper Brown Canada, you understand? Didn't write it. I definitely. Trooper Saddam, Trooper Support didn't write it. Susan Bates, according to Susan Bates, what we're gonna read is, you understand, is research that she has done, and now she bringing it up, bringing it, you understand, bringing it to life.
Right.
Let's get.
Con. Abraham Lincoln proclaimed the day of
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Start with all. Select a priest and start over with on that paragraph.
Con, sir. We all need to learn the painful history of Thanksgiving so we do not live in lies.
Wait there. We all Wait there. All to the painful, you understand, history of Thanksgiving, so we don't live in lies. The truth will set you free.
Right.
And we're bringing you the truth today. When we say the I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth, it is for you, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian man and woman. We want you to be free from those lies. You are the ones celebrating Thanksgiving, celebrating the murder of your own people, man. Be free from that. The white man is making the mockery out of you when you're celebrating your own destruction, man. They got celebrating our own destruction. Those native they are our own brother, man. Those native, those Latinos, they are all brothers, man. They are all people, man. They're making
Right.
a mockery of us. We celebrating the destruction of one another, man. We hating one another, man. In Haiti and Dominican Republic, understand? Be going to war over war. Haiti doesn't love the Dominican. Understand? Dominican doesn't love the Haitians. We hate each other. Why? Because the white man exactly put that distraction in between us, man. But it's time for us to realize who we are. It's time for us to realize the truth that we are the chosen people of God, man. They're making a mockery of us, man. Understand? But the truth will set you free. Stop living in lies, man. Stop living in lies and wake up. Wake up and realize we are the 12 tribe of Israel. Wake up and realize we are royalty on this earth, man. Understand? So like a priest.
Come, sir. Abraham Lincoln proclaimed a day of Thanksgiving in 1863. The federal government declared the last Thursday in November.
So like a priest. And let me ask this question. So Abraham Lincoln freed the slave, right?
Come, sir.
That's what they claim that freed the slave. While Abraham Lincoln had slaves, one's gonna keep reading, you're gonna see exactly that the same transatlantic slave that happened to us happened to the native. You understand? Abraham, keep in mind, Abraham Lincoln had slave himself. When they tell he freed the slave, he didn't free the slave. And even Abraham Lincoln told you in his memoir, in his word, you understand, that he wasn't there to free the slave. You understand?
Right.
The Civil War had nothing to do about freeing the slave. It had to do about, you understand, keeping the industry like it was concentrated on the south in the south, or building industries. You understand, that were in the north. That was what the Civil War is what we see. This is what we see today. This is what we see in the now in the south. You have Mexican Akim. I've seen Mexican, you understand? Planting. I don't know what they were planting, but they were not harvesting and planting things during a storm down south, man. You understand? My heart ache when I seen this, man. You understand? This type of thing that makes you mad. You understand? There was rain, heavy rain with, you understand, winds, a storm, and you see Mexican working during the storm, man, for exactly the white man. Understand? And you will realize that both all of us, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, we went through and still going through the same thing. Why? Because we are the same people, man. Abraham Lincoln didn't free the slave. He said it himself. You understand? So like a prescription. You can keep on going.
Come. The federal government declared the last Thursday in November as the legal holiday of Thanksgiving in 1898. However, the meaning of Thanksgiving for
Let's
Native
wait
Americans.
there. Salakia again. So Salakia again, priest. I'm gonna cut you up again, Salakia. Let's not go too fast because now I mean Christians not gonna get these things, right? Now we just read in Ecclesiastes chapter 33, verse 7 to 9, right? Where it says God made the day higher and some day ordinary day. Now, who made You understand? Thanksgiving of official. Can you read it again, also?
Come. The federal government declared the last Thursday in November.
The federal, not God. You understand? Christ didn't mention the federal government of the United States. This is what made exactly Thanksgiving a holiday for you to celebrate holiday. He has you understand, and that holiday had nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with the Bible. It has nothing to do with, you understand, with Christ. But it has to do with what? The federal government of the United States. Understand? That's what. Understand? The federal government of the United States. Hey, Sister Janice Bell. Hey, sis. Shalom. Yaw Shemar Tabashim Yaw Shai. Understand? Now, where Thanksgiving is coming from. Where is that in the Bible? Where in the Bible can I see like you understand? You should give thanks to the Most High and the federal government of the United States, the ego, or you understand, the Edomite will make it official. I can see that in the Bible. Understand? But I could see the white man is the devil in the Bible. You understand? I could see exactly, you understand, that the white man will go in slavery in the Bible. For exactly the oppression, the murder, the rape of the black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. I could see that in the Bible. I can see Thanksgiving in the Bible. You understand? Keep on going.
Come. However, the meaning of Thanksgiving for Native Americans is filled with painful history, which has been covered up with the Pilgrims and Indian story.
Like the priest, I'm gonna cut you and I'll from section to section, and then like the priest. But if you're reading something and you want to add something to it, you understand? Don't feel free to do so. All right, priest.
Come, sir.
Thanksgiving has stories behind it, and it's painful for the Native Indian. It's just like we have stories as Asian, as Benjamite, you understand, Jamaican, Trinidadian, you understand, Guadeloupean, you understand, Mexican, you understand, and so on. We have painful stories on our people and what we suffered through during the slavery, during this age. A painful story. You understand? The cops put his knees on his neck. You understand? For more than 3 minutes. While he was screaming, I can breathe. We got painful story where, you understand, another brother that choked him to death while screaming, I can breathe. The native as well have painful stories as well. And you know why they have painful stories similar as us? It's because it's time for you to realize that we are one family, one blood. You understand? And it's time for us to get the truth and get the real love. You understand? Get the real brotherhood. You understand? Get the real brotherhood. Officer Sean 1 teaches brotherhood class. Come in the brotherhood class so you could learn what is real brotherhood. You could learn when to feel the pain of your brothers, to feel the pain of your sisters, and not to celebrate when your brother is suffering, not to celebrate married when your brother is crying, when your sister is crying, man. It's time for us to have that love for one another again. You understand? Hey, Jazz Angel Morris, hey, Shalom. Since y'all Shemar Tabashim Shai. Officer Shawan, go ahead, select.
Come. Most of us associate the holiday with happy pilgrims and Indians sitting down to a big feast.
You understand? You understand, Officer Shawan? You got pictures. I understand. I wanted to bring some pictures out, but on my computer, my phone, and everything, right? They make us believe that the Thanksgiving where, you You understand? White people, you understand? What's going on, brother? What's going on, sister? Yeah, we brought some food. We brought some food for you. Let's enjoy some food and some wine. You understand? It's all happy time. It's Christmas time. You understand? That make us believe that what it is not that. We're gonna learn what it was. You understand? Keep on going.
Come. The story began in 1614 when a band of English explorers sailed home to England with a ship full of Patuxent Indians bound for slavery. They left behind smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who had escaped.
Salaki officer, bring me back to the ship part. A ship full of what?
Khan. The story began in 1614 when a band of English explorers sailed home to England with a ship full of Patuxent Indians bound for slavery.
So you mean to tell me that there's Native Indian that went back to England for to be slave? Is that what you're telling me, Officer Shawan?
Khan, sir. Absolutely.
So Officer Shawan, I have another question. Is that part of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68?
Khan, sir. Salakia.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If I may, this is one of the things I love the most about the I.S.U.P.K. is that you come in this school and you learn how to love your people. You learn how to love another Hispanic and Native Indian man, right? Before this truth, none of us knew that we were brothers, right? None of us knew that we were suffering the same things. But with this truth, you understand, we're able to unite, come together with our family, and truly learn what it is to be brothers and sisters to each other. Salakia.
Right. That's exactly true. Understand? And Sister Janice Bell say you have heart, sis. You understand? You have love inside of your heart. But now with that love, bring that love exactly to our people. While they're suffering like this, while we're suffering like this, it's time for us to put together and love one another. That's what we show in the school. Just like Officer Shawan just stated it as it is. It's time for us to love one another. Now, back then, we didn't know that we were suffering the same way. And even thick Israelite gonna tell you, while Native Indian didn't go in slavery in boat by boat, Native Indian crossed the Atlantic and came in America, you understand, to be slave. So when you go into history, what happens? We see exactly that slave. They took slave from over here, brought them back to Europe. The same thing happened in the island, in Jamaica, in Haiti, you understand, and so on, in Mexico, and so on. They went over there. They brought slaves back to England. They brought slaves back to Spain. They brought slaves back to, you understand, France. You understand, to Portugal. They brought slaves back to there, which were they were Native Indian, our brothers, tribe of Gad, tribe of Simeon, tribe of Reuben. You understand? Tribe of Zebulun, tribe of God, tribe of Asher, and so on. You understand? That's what they did. So those Native Indians, they suffered the same thing that we suffered. They went exactly on slave ship into Egypt again, just like we did. So those Native Indians are our brothers. And in the ISUPK, even though those fake Israelites gonna say, well, you know what? They are those Native Indians, you understand, men and women will forever be our brothers and sisters in the ISUPK, man. And we will fight for them and we will die for them. That's our people, man. So like priest, you can keep on going.
Khan, sir. They left behind smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who had escaped.
Man, they live by smallpox. You understand? And the other day, you understand, you have that damn Bill Gates devil that says that's what those devil been doing. You understand? They didn't have a big feast with the Native Indian when they were loving their Native Indian. They went over there, they gave them smallpox. They put smallpox in the blanket, in the clothes that they were giving to the Native Indian. Imagine this. Native Indian didn't have no disease in America prior to the white man. The only thing they could have in you understand, minor, and of course, these type of things, the flu and everything, changing of season, those things happen. But they didn't have smallpox. They didn't have no cancer. Recently, cancer started in the 80s. I was in 80s. You understand? You understand, people living 91, you understand? 90 years old. You understand? Close to 100 years old. No cancer was in 80. And I'm pretty sure it's the same with Jamaica, Trinidad, and so on. There was no cancer over there. Bring the white man in with all this disease. Now you have all this type of disease everywhere. Now this chemical warfare is not something new. It's been happening, man. And those native was one of the first person that experienced it, man. That's seen it. So like a piece. You could keep on board.
Come. By the time the Pilgrims arrived in Massachusetts Bay, they found only one living Patuxet Indian, a man named Squanto, who had survived slavery in England and knew their language.
So like a priest, imagine you have a tribe of people. Right? Now you find only. Imagine you're the only Benjamite living.
God.
Imagine I'm the only Levite today. That's what white did. That's the origin of your Thanksgiving. And we're gonna go further. Sister Janice Bell, I hope you have a strong stomach because there's something that we're gonna go through tonight that is gonna be hard to swallow. It's gonna be hard, you understand, to learn, to see what the devil did with our people, man. You understand? Salaki, please go ahead.
Come. He taught them to grow corn and to fish, and negotiated a peace treaty between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Nation.
So that Native Indian did what? He taught that Native Indian, that brother, you understand? He taught him how to fish, how to grow corn. He taught him agriculture.
God.
Now we know that them. You understand? The earth is not gonna produce for the Edomite, and this is why he needs the GMO. This is why he needs all this type of nonsense. Why? Because the earth is not growing for him. He doesn't give a damn about the earth. He doesn't know how to till the earth and really take care of the earth. But that's in the Bible, though. God shows us how to till the earth and how to care for the earth. God. Understand? And the white man doesn't give it that. And the earth wasn't producing for the white man, just like. You understand? And there's stories when you're gonna read, right? I don't want to go too far, but that story where you're gonna read. Those Native Indian ground was a when that seen that the ground wasn't producing for the Edomites, they said, you know what? We're gonna play for our and understand that they were planning for themselves and they were planning for the white man. When the harvest came, They got their own food and everything. They got their own food and everything. They went to the white man and be like, you know what? I see you have trouble. I see you have trouble. You understand? I've been calling and everything. We thought about you. We brought you exactly things like this. You could survive the winter. And you know what the white men did? They took it, and after that, they would slaughter the native for their own thing, for their own harvest that they worked hard for. The white man took what the native worked hard, and you understand? The native showed real blood to the white man, but afterwards, the white man killed them for the corn that they had. This is in its truth.
So Salakia, other one.
So like come.
So Salakia, sir, and as you were saying something, just about how this devil doesn't know how to till the ground. Like it says in the law to let the land rest every couple years. I think it's every 7 years. And you see what Esau did, how Esau was with his brother, right? Like you see the spirit of who Esau was. He gave up his birthright for some food because he couldn't wait. He didn't have any
Right,
patience. And that same spirit he has is the same spirit that's destroying this earth. So like
right. Come. That's exactly right, preach. That's exactly right. Understand? Also 1,000 is a budget, my nigga, cause like it. Hey, shalom, preach y'all about shit, y'all about the
Yahweh Shem and Shabrakatha.
Masha Shabrakatah.
That's my door right there. Like this. But yeah, let's get back to the story. You understand? Just like Officer Sharon one been saying, you understand? Like this is what destroying the earth. This is why they need the GMO. This is why they need the modifier and you understand all this chemical cancer causing chemical in the food. Because the earth is not producing for the white man. He has to find a way, you understand, to make it produce. You understand? Unfortunately, you understand? Sadly, it has to add up chemicals and everything that will make people sick and that will kill people so they can produce things. You understand?
God.
And this is why we earth. This is why we need to righteous and govern this earth. Because when we get on top, we will know how to take care of the earth. We will know exactly how to plant our food. But Salaki, Officer Shawan, you can keep on going on the article because there's more in the article that I wanted to bring out tonight.
Come, sir. At the end of their first year, the pilgrims held a great feast, honoring Squanto and the Wampanoags. But as word spread in England about the paradise to be found in the New World, religious zealots called Puritans began arriving by the boatload. Finding no fences around the land, they considered it to be in the public domain.
So this is what was happening. Squanto, you understand, was working for the white people. You understand, being the only one, he couldn't fight really. You understand, he didn't understand no brothers, no sister around him. So he you understand he was there by himself. So they took
Right.
advantage of that. You understand? He was like the man like the ambassador of the native and tell them, you know what, the white man is not so bad and everything. You understand? We should join them and everything. And by doing that, what did the white men do? They made a feast. And that's probably the feast that we see when you see white people in it, native Indian. That was Squanto. That was it with all the native Indian. You understand? That didn't happen. You understand? But this is what happened. You understand? And now the people in England, the church people, the Puritans, we were like, you understand? Your so-called, what you might call them, Protestant. Your Protestant, they were, yeah, we could make money over there. Oh yeah, ain't no more war. You understand? Oh, they're not mad at us. We brought the people over here to be slaves. They're not mad at us. Oh, let's go over there. Let's make something happen over there. Keep on going.
Come. Joined by other British settlers, they seized the land, capturing strong young natives for slaves and killing the rest.
This Salakia. They what they seized the land. They didn't ask, you understand, can I have this? Can I have that? You understand? Matter of fact, the other paragraph, everywhere that wasn't bordered, they took. And we don't have border really as a people, even in Haiti, right? In Haiti, we live like this. My land is separated from that tree to that tree. When you understand, from that tree to that tree, on this side is mine, on the other side is yours of our people. You understand? In a lot of our country where we reside, we don't have to separate the land within us because we brothers and sisters. You understand? I could pass through your land, you could pass through my land, but I know exactly that. You know what? From that tree over there to that tree over here, that's my land on this side. That's your land on the other side. So we don't need fence. But the white man, being the devil that he is, needs a fence. Have that problem as a people. That's that. We didn't have that problem as a people, and we don't have that problem in the island. But the white man saying that we didn't have that, the fact that we don't have fence, you understand, we didn't build the wall. They were just like, you know what, we're gonna take that. It's right there. Nobody claiming. There's no fence. We're gonna take that. They stole the land. And the
Salakias.
Bible as a oh, go ahead, priest.
Hey, Shalom, Aki. I'm Yahabashim Yashabra
Yeah, but
Salakia,
Hey,
I was listening in.
Shalom.
Shalom, I was listening in, right? And that it like I gotta call cap on these oppressors because they're saying they saw the lands where our brothers and sisters were and they didn't see a fence and they thought it was public domain. That's cap because there's no fence around Spain. There's no fence around France, around England,
Right,
but that's not public domain. Salak.
right, right. You understand? Right. You understand? Give it to the priest, man. He said, "Up 7,000. That's the body." You understand? Understand? And certain places in Europe, they don't have, just like Officer Zabaji just said it, they don't have no fence. You understand? You have a road where you see one side, one country, and the other part of the road in the other country. Understand? But the thing is, nobody's gonna go over there and just claim it. You understand? This is why we say that the white man is
Right.
goddamn devil the Bible speak of, man. You understand? It's like we also shall one. Can you keep on going? It's like Janice Bell said, we are in Revelation. The Most High intervenes to bring healing to this earth. But you know what? The 144,000 got to wake up and got to rise up. And us as a people got to rise up as well. And that's what we're doing right now. Understand? All right, Officer Shawan, you got the floor.
Good. Come, sir. But the Pequot nation had not agreed to the peace treaty Squanto had negotiated, and they fought back.
Hmm. Hmm. So there's another tribe of people of native, and I agree. They're like, how can we be with these people, man? We're not gonna agree with them. We're not gonna sit with them and partake with them and enjoy with them while they sent this other tribe over there that are our own people. We're not gonna, you understand? But Quanto, you understand, he was by himself. You understand? He had fear. And that's something in the I.S.U.P.K you're gonna have to understand. Even though you by yourself, don't have no goddamn fear. You understand? I remember days I was by myself in Montreal. I didn't have no goddamn fear. They made fun of
Right.
me.
Right.
Even they were like saying this nigga crazy. You understand? I didn't have no goddamn fear. You understand? And I kept going and I would keep going. And now today we have brothers like Officer Zabaja, Officer Shawan, Trooper Barakala, Trooper Saddam, Trooper Saquad, Officer Yarad. You understand? And for those brothers that give me strength, I will never quit. You understand? I will
Damn
stay
right.
there for understand? I will stay there for these brothers, man. If I could do it when I was by my own, I could do it even better when these brothers are by me, man. And God gave me the best brothers around me, man. God put the best brothers in Canada around me, man. You understand? And that's what you're seeing today. Understand? Squanto was by himself, and he agreed to peace. You understand? To do the work of the devil. We're not gonna agree, even if you're by yourself. We the I.S.U.P.K. One West under community General YAHANNA, man. You understand? We don't have no fear over here. Understand? So like Officer Shawan, go ahead.
Sir. The Pequot War was one of the bloodiest Indian wars ever fought. In, in 1637, near present-day Groton, Connecticut, over 700 men, women, and children of the Pequot tribe had gathered for their annual Green Corn Festival, which is our Thanksgiving celebration.
Wait there. Wait there. Now, this is where the Thanksgiving celebration started. I mean, we could say it started. 700, you understand, men, women, and children gathered together to feast exactly for the corn, to feast for the harvest. We have a feast similar to this in Israel, don't we?
Car. We do.
Sir.
What what is it called?
Salakia, if I'm not mistaken, it's first fruits.
Give it, man. Give it, man. Give it also about the feast of first fruit. That's exactly, you understand? We have the same culture. You understand? When the harvest is coming, we celebrate. You understand? Even we're off, you understand, on their days and everything, but they kept the same mentality as Israel, man. You understand? They were celebrating the feast of first fruit right there. Not Thanksgiving, the feast of first fruit. That was when the corn is starting to grow. You understand? Keep on going, Officer Shawan.
Khan. In the pre-dawn hours, the sleeping Indians were surrounded by English and Dutch mercenaries, who ordered them to come
So
outside.
early in the morning, I like you. Early in the morning, right? They finished feasting. They finished celebrating for the, you understand, their first fruit, you understand? Feast. Now, early in the morning, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, when they're all tired, you understand, that you got a drink, you understand, you're sleeping, you understand, you just dozing, you understand? Some of them that went to the Matrix, you understand? They were in the Matrix for those that in the I.S.U.P.K that know that what I mean. You understand? You were in the Matrix and everything, and you feel good. You just, you know what I mean, sleeping right now, you understand? You just good right now, understand? This is when you appear. Get out! You damn stinking savages! Salakia. You
God.
understand? But the devil
Right.
appears and try keep on reading.
Khan. Those who came out were shot or clubbed to death, while the terrified women
And
and
that's what
children.
happened in Thanksgiving. That's Salakia, please.
Salakia,
That's
if
what
I may.
happened in Thanksgiving. Go ahead.
Salakia, Salakia, our oppressor hasn't changed one bit, right?
Right.
They went to the Pequot Indian Native Americans and they did a pre-dawn raid, right? Our oppressors in the Nazi uniforms known as the police, they're still doing the same thing. When they want to kick in a brother's door for some crime that he's committed, right? They come in at 4 in the morning, sometimes 3 in the morning, and they catch you right when you're going to bed, right when you're in the middle of your sleep. And our oppressors, they have that same spirit. They've been doing that since forever. Salakia.
Right.
Right. You understand? That's exactly right. Give the officer a hand, man. You bring some juice tonight, man. God damn. Understand? Well, that's exactly right. You understand? They hold them in siege. That you call that is siege. You understand? That's what you understand. When you have the people, you understand. You encircle. You understand? The people. That's a siege. They can come out. That's a siege. And that's what they did to the Native Indian. 3, 4 in the morning. You got them. You come in. Let's come out right now. So like, you understand? But that was what that was what was happening back in the day. You understand? And the men, of course, the woman is scared. The children is crying. You understand? They're gonna be like, "Baby, wake up, wake up! I hear some weird noise out there." And the men had to come out. And what did they do to the men? They shot them or clubbed them to death, beat them to death. Let's see what happened to the women and children. How's the shower? You got it.
Come, sir. Those who came out were shot or clubbed to death, while the terrified women and children who huddled inside the longhouse were burned alive.
Damn. So while the woman was hiding inside with their children in their house until everyone burned to death. 700 men, women, and children. That's your Thanksgiving. That's what you celebrated, Christian. That's what you're giving thanks for the murder and the genocide of a tribe, of your own people. And it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. We're going to keep reading and you're going to see. Keep on going.
Come. The next day, John Winthrop, the governor of the Massachusetts...
All right. John Winthrop?
Come.
John Winthrop was reading, you understand, the title on the side. That's him. Understand? That's a picture. I mean, a pictograph of him. You understand? A picture of him, John Winthrop. Understand? That's what you see above in the picture. Exactly. That's him right there. Understand? To what a priest. That's exactly him right there. So let's go back.
The next day, John Winthrop.
Salaki, priest. Go back up. Go back up. Where you got the Angelina Jolie? I forgot about that part. Lower, a little bit lower where you got the Angelina Jolie. Yeah. Angelina Jolie say, let's get the quote. Angelina say, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a story of murder. Now that's your white woman. That's your goddamn understand Edomite. Saying she doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving because she done the research. You celebrate Thanksgiving, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, while the oppressor, knowing their history, knowing where it comes from, won't celebrate Thanksgiving and know it has nothing to do with God, but you do. It's time for you to wake up out of sleep. It's time for you to realize who you are. It's time for you to understand history. Let the truth set you free. You understand? It's about time you realize that you are God's chosen people, man. And peace to your own brothers and sisters, man. You understand? Everybody celebrate Thanksgiving because she knows.
So Salakia, other one. if I may.
She's not every books. Go ahead, officer.
Concert Salakia, that music video you were speaking about, I actually had gone through a lot of the comments on that Thanksgiving video. And what's crazy is I saw a lot of devils saying it's so sad what they did to the natives. This is why we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. But for some reason, in the comments, a lot of our people kept saying, oh, we just give thanks. Or we don't actually celebrate it. We just eat the food. This is a day where we don't focus on some of the bad things that went on. This is just us getting together with our family. Like us as a people, we have a tough time understanding why we shouldn't be celebrating the murder of our people. You understand? But even some of these devils can at least look at what they did and say this was a disgusting thing. So, Salakia.
Understand? God, 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 and you know why? Because all people are dealing with Stockholm syndrome, man. All people are dealing with Stockholm syndrome. They, you understand? It's where the oppressor do everything to you, and it's where the oppressor do everything wrong. You want to follow and fall in love with the oppressor. Listen, like you put someone, they say like, you know what I'm saying? They will never celebrate the Thanksgiving because it has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with giving thanks. But it has to do with the white man having a feast because he murdered us. And we're gonna see more of the things that they did. Officer Sean one, you could go drop back down, right? Drop back down. Let's get more of the article. We'll bring the verse later tonight at the end of the class. But we need to get that point. You understand? I want to get the full story of this. You understand? I want to get the full story of this before we even go to the verses like this. This is known in Canada, man. You understand? Next year, I pray that none of you, what you understand, pass this class, share this class to all black, Hispanics, and Native Indian men that you know, men and women that you know. You understand? If you are in a group, black group, share this class in the group, even if they ban you, even if you understand, they call Mark Zuckerberg on you. You understand? To block you, share this class. You will save somebody's life. You understand? You will put somebody in the right way. You understand? Let's get it off, sir.
Concert. The governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men, women, and children have been murdered.
Wait. Who called the National Day of Thanksgiving?
John Winthrop, the governor of Massachusetts,
Why? Why?
declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men, women, and children had been murdered.
Understand? This is where you got Thanksgiving. This is what you celebrating Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's not about thanks given to the Most High, but the white man feast and say thank you to whichever God they were celebrating. Matter of fact, most of them were Freemasons back in the day. You understand? You could see that. You understand that most of them were Freemasons back from way back in the day, so they don't celebrate. They don't pray to God. They pray to God. Just like Jesus said, I don't pray to God. I pray to God. You understand? They were praying to God. They were praying to Baphomet. They were praying, you understand, to Lucifer. Why they being Lucifer? They know that they are Lucifer. You understand? So this is what the white men have done. You understand? He murdered a race of people, a tribe of people, and it did what? It made a party to say, you know what? I'm thankful that I killed them. I'm thankful that we murdered them. I'm thankful that you understand that we were able to destroy them. That's what they did. And this is what what you celebrate today. This is what you celebrated yesterday. I pray. And next year we're gonna Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, all the them pagan feasts, we're gonna go after them every year, year after year, until you, Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, you wake up out of sleep. You understand? Keep on going, Officer Shalom.
Come. Cheered by their victory, the brave colonists, Salakia, cheered by their victory,
The brave
the brave
colonists,
colonists and their Indian allies attacked village after village. Women and
so the
children
brave
over
colonists
fort.
and the Native Indian, Salaka, the brave colonists, they call them the brave colonists. While just like Officers Badger said, they come attack you at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, they come raid your house. There's
Right.
nothing brave about it. You understand? Understand? You know that that gang has gun and everything. Come and do a shootout. Who wins? That would be brave. Do a shootout against them. That would be brave. Not to I mean wait until they are asleep. They drunk. They've been partying. They drunk. They tipsy a little bit. This one, you understand, went to the Matrix and everything, and now you're tired and everything. And you don't wait for that. And what you could see as well, they are native alive, just like the brother. You understand, like Swanzo, he was alive, and that needs to stop. Understand? It's time we need to stop. You know, we need to stop being sellouts and sell our people short. We need to stop being sell out and just work for the white man, work for the damn Edomite, work for the damn oppressor, them troglodytes against our own people. You work with the white man against your own people, you working against yourself, dummy. You understand? That's what we do, and we still see that today. You understand? Keep on going.
Come. Women and children over 14 were sold into slavery, while the rest were murdered.
Hmm. Hmm. So like they were sold unto slavery. Women until I said 14 and younger were sold unto slavery. We see that same thing in Deuteronomy chapter 20, 28, verse, you understand? In Deuteronomy chapter 28, we see exactly how people will be sold in slavery. You understand? Even the young ones. And the father and the mother will have no strength to get them or fight for them. That happened in Native Valley. Now you wanna fight that if native are our people? Well, Thanksgiving showed you that natives suffered just like us. What's your beef then? You understand? You just don't. You can keep on going, officer.
Come, sir. Boats loaded with as many as 500 slaves regularly left the ports of New England.
God, that. So you understand? Boats like now I mean charged with 500 slave minimum. You understand? Regularly, which like it's a minimum left New England, which is America. You understand? They went back to where? Europe. You understand? A lot of people in the Europe are people, man. Especially those native Indians that they don't even know that they are native. They are people, man. You understand? We just like the Bible saying, we are scattered all over this earth, man. All over this earth, we've been scattered. And imagine being in Europe. It wouldn't stop in Europe. They would sell us to I mean, to the Arabs, to the Africans, to the Indians, and everything. Understand? Just like they used to do back in the days. That's what happens to us, man. Go ahead.
Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible. Following an especially successful raid against the Pequot in what is now Stamford, Connecticut, the churches announced a second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate victory over the heathen savages.
There was Salaka priest. Before we get to with the church, let's deal with the scalp first. Anybody here know what it means? They were paying for scalps.
Salake, can you repeat the question?
Anybody here? Anybody here knows what it means? They were paying for scalps of the Indian.
They were paying for the heads of Indian men.
Salake, if I may.
Not just the head.
Salake, if I may. The Europeans were the original scalpers. Like when they're saying they were paying for the scalp, it's exactly what it means. They were paying for the peeled back skin of a Native American's head, right? They started that. Then they just like they turned around and they started selling drugs to black people, putting crack in our community. But black people are the crack dealers, right? When the American government is really the crack dealers, the Europeans started peeling back the skin of our brothers and sisters' head, and they were paying for it.
Good night.
Right. Understand? Give him a hand. And officers of Bible came with fire tonight, man. Understand? Nigga don't play. It's like but you know what? I got this knife, right? I got this knife. Imagine somebody go take this knife, right? Cut up exactly over here of my forehead. Understand? And where the imagine this. Like, imagine this. Somebody takes a knife to somebody's forehead, make an incision over here. You understand? Right in your forehead, above your forehead, where you understand? Where you do your shape up usually. Then you cut it up. You do it enough, you understand, so you can put your fingers with it. Then you start peeling it back. Even though you might not have many, like muscles on top of your head, but imagine all the skin, you understand, and the ligament that's holding the skin from the, you understand, to the bone, you understand, it's being peeled back until they took that, you understand, that part of your head off. That was what they were paying for. Thanksgiving. Sister Janice Bell, like I said, I hope you have the stomach to understand you know what I mean, to even keep on going, because when we read this thing, we get mad. We just want to fight. We just waiting for Christ to come back. We could have our sword. You understand? So I hope you have the stomach for it. But this is what's going on for the Native Indian. And same thing happened with you understand, the Jamaican, the Haitians, I said the Mexican. They did similar things to our people. You understand? Let's keep on going up to SHALAM.
Come. Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible. Following an especially successful raid against the Pequot in what is now Stamford, Connecticut, the churches announced the second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate victory over the savages.
So wait. Now, Here come we go to the church part. The church declared a second day of Thanksgiving. Now there was already a first day of Thanksgiving after those 700, you understand, men, women, and children died. Now they kept on going on other tribes, and the church declared another Thanksgiving because we killed those savages. Who's more savage than you understand the white man?
Salak, I don't want nobody.
Who's more savage than the white man?
Right.
Nobody. You have Native Indians that show them how to do agriculture, how to plant, how to survive the winter. Native Indians show the white man even how to bathe. There's stories I can and I quote them out there. There's stories where you understand the white men didn't even bathe. They just you understand go out there stinking and everything, and Native Indians had to burn incense. You understand? This is what happened with them. You understand? Now imagine today in the 80s we have a saying. You understand? White skin, yellow teeth. White people don't brush their teeth. I don't know if you know it. Most white people don't brush their teeth. I don't give a damn how much commercial you see, how much Colgate commercial you see. You understand? They don't brush their teeth. You understand? They wake up in the we all that you understand that we all that pastry or you understand that sleepy you understand that early morning taste in their mouth. They don't brush their teeth. They wake up, they got their coffee, they got their cigarette, and it's coffee and cigarette early in the morning. That's the toothbrush and you understand that's the toothbrush and then toothpaste. That's why people food. We have to show them. We have to show white people just their IG. You know what? After showing them the IG, how to take care of yourself, they murdered us. And then you know what? We're gonna feast. These people are savages. And let me not don't even get me started with the cannibalism that was going on during the feast of Thanksgiving. Understand? You take the white truth to it. You understand? There's more story where they go in details, but I didn't want to go too hard on you today. I said I wanted you. I didn't want you to I mean to be awake all night. I said go get some sleep at least, but at least you know the truth. There's stories where they were doing cannibalism on those Native Indians during Thanksgiving, man. Understand? Go ahead, Officer Shawan.
Come, sir. During the feasting, the hacked off heads of natives were kicked through the streets like soccer balls.
The black one.
Like soccer balls.
They were playing soccer with Native Indian head, man, woman, and children. That's what they were doing. They were playing soccer with their head. You know the article, right? We got more on the article, right?
Come, sir.
All right, Officer Shaw, want to go ahead and take the class for a little bit. All right, I'm coming back.
Come, sir. Goes on to read. Even the friendly Wampanoag did not escape the madness. Their chief was beheaded and his head impaled on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where it remained on display for 24 years. You understand? They took the chief's head of these natives and they put it on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where our people could see this head for 24 years. You understand? Not only our people, but where they would be able to celebrate their victory over the murder of our people. You understand? This is the heart, this is the spirit of these people. This is the spirit of the so-called white man, the devil the Bible speaks of. It says in the book of Ezekiel that they had a perpetual hatred for us. You understand? And we see it today. 2021, we're reading the stories of all the evils that these people do to us. Right? And it was no different on Thanksgiving. Goes on to read, the killings became more and more frenzied, with days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre.
So Salak, priest. That's what I followed in the class. But what does it mean? What does it mean? The murder was
Salaki Adawan, what was that question?
What does it mean when you say the killing were getting more frenzy?
Salaki Adawan, if I may.
Go ahead.
The killings were becoming more bloody, just more savage.
Right. Right. More gruesome. You understand?
More gruesome.
You understand? More gruesome. You understand? More nasty, more disgusting. And this, you know what I mean? This is the white man that dares to call those Native Indian savages. When they were getting more gruesome, which means what? They were eating, just like I said, there's stories where you're gonna go and they were eating, and it wasn't only one. You understand? It wasn't only one time. Every time they were killing Native Indian, they had a party. Keep on reading after more.
Sir. With days of Thanksgiving feast being held after each successful massacre.
So after every time they killed and massacred the Native Indian, they committed genocide on them, they had a party. And that was called Thanksgiving. We thankful. We Salaka. We thankful. Salaka. We thankful because we killed those Native Indians. We thankful because we massacred them. We thankful because we could feast on their blood and drink their blood and eat their bodies, man. That's what I wish I could play the music video, you understand? But you could see on our Facebook, on our YouTube, it's like on our Instagram and everything. I wish I could play it over here, but I'm not gonna play it over here with my they might you understand, cancel our page, cancel this class. Understand? Put in your mind that those raids, those slaughter was getting more gruesome, more nasty. Now you understand? Imagine from the first one, where all the women and children stay in the house being scared. They put fire in their house until everybody dies, burn, barbecue. Now they wait until you understand? Start chopping Native Indian head and playing soccer with the head. Imagine worse than that. Imagine worse and worse. It keep going worse. That's what they did. That's where your Thanksgiving come from. So if you celebrate
Salaki
Thanksgiving,
Adawan, if I may.
Go ahead, priest. Of course.
And after they did all these murders, they taught us 300 years later that we were the savage.
Right. Right. And matter of fact, even during that time, the church was even the Protestant church, for those that are Protestant, are not the base of your Protestant church because of the
God,
savages. We killed the savages. Your Adventists, this is your start of the church. The Anglican,
God,
the Anglican is the start, you understand, of the Protestant church. And they were they were killing nations, slaughtering them. And they called that, you understand, afterward they were calling the feast a Thanksgiving. That's your Protestant church. That's the white man that you follow as being a Christian. Are you going to leave the Christian church today? Knowing this, listening to this, are you going to say, you understand, every man could be saved? The white man could be saved? God doesn't want to save the white man. We need to be saved from the white man. Those Native Indians needed to be saved from the white man. Black need to be saved
right,
from the white man. You understand? So-called
right,
black and so-called Latinos need to be saved from the white man. Right? White man doesn't need saving. White man needs the punishment of what he done. He needs exactly, you understand, the karma, the justice. You call it karma, we call it justice. But somehow,
right.
when it comes to the white man, karma doesn't is not there. We don't have to. We don't need karma for the white man. We need karma for everybody, right, Christian?
God,
When it comes to the white man, no. Don't bring it. It's cutting up over here a bit. But you understand? When you talk about karma and justice, don't talk about the white man. Don't talk about my white man. He's good. We just need to love one another. We've been giving this, you understand, our love to this place for too long. While we get this place, we forgot about the pain of the Native Indian. We forgot about the pain of the Hispanics. We forgot about the pain of our own brothers, of our own Negroes. Understand? While we celebrate Thanksgiving, which is about this murder, the slaughter of our people. Keep on going, Officer Shawan. Understand? We ain't got much time. I ain't bring no verses yet. Understand? But at least this will
God,
be in your mind.
God,
Go
sir.
ahead, Officer.
George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside instead of celebrating each and every massacre. Later, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Sioux in Minnesota. This story doesn't have quite the same fuzzy feelings.
So like a priest, you were chopping up
Come,
over here. Give me a second, but can you go back to that George Washington?
come on, sir. George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be, be set
So
aside instead of celebrating each
wait
and every
there.
massacre.
So wait there. George Washington said, well, you know what? Let's take 1 year and celebrate Thanksgiving. Why? Who go answer that? Why? I'd be surprised if you got this idea. Why?
Salaki,
Why George
Honorable.
Washington said, go ahead.
Salaki Adawan, this is just a guess, but did it have to do with keeping people working?
La'a. It's in the story that you're reading. Think about the scalp. A bounty was made for the scalp, which means you get paid for the Native Indian scalp, right? Which means you go and slaughter native, you'll get money. So why Judge
Con,
Washington? And afterward, that tells you exactly that even the church on the made a second feast for exactly the Thanksgiving for because they slaughtered the native. So why Judge Washington say, you know what? Let's take one day. Why? Super Barakela. Why? That's his officer's Badger. Officer's Badger, you got it?
Salakia, sir. What was that?
Why would George Washington say only let's take one day to celebrate Thanksgiving? Why?
Salakia, sir. The answer for why they started doing one Thanksgiving instead of all the frequent frenzy Thanksgiving that they were doing is because it just became too much. It's like every week they would have to have a feast.
You close to the answer. You but
Salakia, what was that?
hold on. So like I was breaking up. But you close to the answer. You right there. You're right there. But I want to
Khan.
know why. Why is
Sal-
that is one day? Why is one day?
Salaki, Salaki Adawan.
Go ahead, officer.
Was it because
Officer,
they
go
had
ahead.
damn near murdered all of them already?
Yes, that's part of the answer, but you understand, it's not what I'm looking for. All right, I'm gonna give it to you. All right, every day will be Thanksgiving. That's
Con.
understand. Every day will be Thanksgiving. Why? Because they were
Good
going to
night.
Native Indian land, kill them every day. You understand? Every day would have been
Good
Thanksgiving.
night.
You understand? You understand? That's why I say, you know what? Now that just like officers budget, it will be too much. Why? Because there's a bounty on the scalp of the Native Indian. I need to make money. I need to get that
Con.
gold, especially back in the days. It was that's that money was in gold, so I need to get that gold. So I will go with a few brothers. If you white men and everything, and I will go kill some Native Indians. That's why. That's why. And
Con.
if every day is Thanksgiving, they would have to revolt. We would get mad at one point, just like Canadian and everything. You don't oppress them too much. Don't make it seem like you oppress them too much and everything. You understand? We don't want to appear like that. You understand? Internationally, and we criminal and savages and you understand bloodthirsty. You know what I mean? Demons. That's what. Understand? Just as the budget, also the budget was close, it would have been too much. Understand? It would have been too much. But every day they used to kill us. Every day there was a raid on us. This is why. This is why he said, you know what? Let's take a day. Let's pick a day. Understand? The first day was when they killed the 700. You understand? Men, women, and children. After that, they kill. They start killing again. Now until you understand the protesting, they say, you know what? We're gonna make a peace as well because we're doing it. And after that, yes, they kept on going. And every day they was killing Native Indians. They had a feast, a Thanksgiving. If it kept on going, every day of the year would have been Thanksgiving. That's why. Understand? That's exactly why. And keep on going, Officer Shalom.
Con. Con. Later, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War.
So now, Abraham celebrate Thanksgiving. You understand? All right, drop that. Trooper Barakela, bring Amos chapter 5, verse 21. I need somebody else to bring me to Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8.
Come. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate,
Go ahead.
I despise your feast days, and I will
That's
not
this is
smell
the
your
Most High
solemn
talking, right?
assemblies.
This is the Most High talking. The Most High saying, I hate, I despise your feast days. Why? Because those feast days not according to the Most High. Those feast days are according to press, our press. You understand? And the Most High hate those feast days. The Most High hates Thanksgiving. The Most High hates Christmas, Halloween, St. Valentine, your birthday. The Most High hate those because it's not according to Him, but according to the oppressor, according to what we know is slavery. Understand? Who made like we read in Ecclesiastes chapter 33, verse 7 to 9? Who made a day higher than another day? The Most High did. And when you read, you understand Deuteronomy chapter 23rd, the 23rd chapter of Deuteronomy, it's like a Leviticus 23rd. You understand? You see the feast days. You see what God put higher. You understand? Which day God put higher. When you go to Maccabees, you see that. You understand? God. You understand? We put Hanukkah higher than any other day. What the white man call Anuka. But we don't speak Yiddish over here. We speak the real Hebrew, which is Hanukkah. Understand? Those are the days that the Most High, understand, required from us. Not Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is about the murder of your own people, of the chosen people of God. So when you celebrate Thanksgiving, you celebrate the murder of the chosen people of God. Which means what? You hate God. Keep on going.
And I will not smell your solemn assemblies.
You understand? God can't stand Thanksgiving. God cannot stand Thanksgiving, your body in the church, you understand, your hallelujah, you understand, your Holy Spirit and everything, you understand, your dancing, your spirit dancing, or church dancing, whatever you call it, you understand? And your hashamala, you understand? Your seance. God doesn't can't stand that. But you know what God loves? The fact that tomorrow we're gonna celebrate Hanukkah. Toronto, we're gonna celebrate. Montreal, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna have a class tomorrow for you. Understand? Officers of budget gonna understand. Take over their class. That's what God loves. Understand? Because He says so. He put one day above another day. But you know what? Our people been following the Eden for too long. And this is why the I.S.U.P.K on the community general YAHANNA is needed in our community. We didn't know these things. Just like Trooper Barakela said, we didn't and also SHALAM, we didn't know these things back in the days. We didn't know that the Native Indians suffered like this. We didn't know exactly they suffered us. We didn't consider them as our brothers and our sisters. But today you will. Because today you see exactly the same suffering that they suffer under and they're suffering from, we suffer as well. Today you will. Go ahead.
Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not
And
accept
your
them.
meat offering. All right. You understand? Which means your prayer. You understand your all prayers today, right? It's synonymous with your prayer. You're gonna God doesn't listen to that. God is not hearing your thanksgiving prayer. Understand? God is not your sacrifice. I said, God is not listening to your prayers and to your, you understand, your Thanksgiving prayers. God is not doing that. Why? Because this is about Thanksgiving is about the slaughter of the chosen people of God, the tribe of God, man. Wake up, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. Wake up, Negro. The white man is making the food out of you, and you are the food today. It's time for you to wake up. Come to class in the I.S.U.P.K. Come get this knowledge. Come get this understanding. Come get this wisdom and this truth, man. And come fight for your people, man. Understand? Don't be a fake Israelite out there. Understand? I pray you understand. I pray you people, man, for real. Come put, you understand? Come lay down your life for your people. Instead, you understand, of celebrating that. Understand the murder and the genocide of your own people. All right? You could drop that. Somebody bring me to the other verse. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8.
Come. The book of Zechariah, chapter 2 and verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which he spoiled you.
Go ahead. Unto what? Unto whom?
Unto the nations which spoiled you.
Who are the nations for Israel?
Salakia,
Which are the nations that spoiled Israel? Which are the nations that spoiled Israel?
The heathen nations.
The Asian nation. The white man, the Japanese, the Chinese. Just like in Montreal North. Y'all came in Montreal North. I didn't walk around the neighborhood with you, Officer Shawan and Officer Buddy, right? But when you walk in the neighborhood, there's a debonair right now, stand the corner store right next to my crib, right? In Montreal North. Where it's all Levites, right? There's the Chinese. Understand? The Chinese own it. If you want to buy like milk for your baby, you gotta go to the Chinese. If you want to buy, you understand, a cookie, a chips, a bag of chips, anything, you gotta go to the Chinese. You understand? You have the Arabs next door as well. You understand? The Asian restaurant that's over here, they close early, but you understand, the Arab close late. Sometimes you understand they stay all night open. So you gotta spend money with them if you're hungry. Let's say you understand you're celebrating or you spend your night out, you understand, and everything, went to the club, you gotta come back home. You gotta go to them, you understand? Why? Because they're spoiling us. Meanwhile, we can be in the territory, in the neighborhood. We cannot be there. There's no Asian restaurant in Chinatown in Montreal. We're gonna walk in Chinatown in Montreal one day. Okay, you don't see no Asian restaurant. You don't see no Jamaican restaurant. You don't see no Latino restaurant. Matter of fact, I seen them. I was shocked. They have a big hotel. You know what I mean? I forgot the name in front of it, but it's something in. And the hotel, they have a big hotel. They have an apartment complex and everything in Chinatown, which means all the money that you understand in Chinatown goes to the Chinese. Us, our money goes to the oppressor, go to the other heathen. These are the people, the nation that spoiled us. Keep on going.
Come. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
Should I say more? He that touches the black, Hispanic, Native Indian touches the apple of the Most High eye, which means what? You see exactly your eyes, right? You see, right? They have the two fingers. You understand? You just chow, you chow on the two fingers right there, right in the eye. And what's gonna happen to your adversary? You understand? It's blind. It hurts. But you know what? When they touch black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, it hurts the Most High. You understand? It hurts the Most High as well. Just like you could do a karate two-finger chop, chop, and then you see the brother or whoever, you understand, just fall off his hand on his eye, ah, you understand? Just imagine that with the Most High.
Right.
Those Native Indians that they slaughtered, they're gonna get their justice. Understand? They're gonna get their justice. Those black, Hispanics, and
Right.
Native Indians, they're gonna get justice. The time will come when they get the justice. Somebody drop that. Bring me. Somebody bring me to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Like maybe for go ahead.
Come. Envy thou not the oppressor,
Don't
and
envy the
choose none of
oppressor,
his
man.
ways.
Understand? The oppressor. So choose none of his way. Don't envy your oppressor. Your oppressor celebrated Thanksgiving. Don't celebrate Thanksgiving, man. Get to the root of Thanksgiving and realize what it is. And don't be like the white man. Don't envy the white man because they celebrate something, man. You should not celebrate none of their feasts. It's all
Right.
demonic. It's all pagan. It's all disgusting. Understand? You should not want to do what they do, but do what we gotta do. Do what you gotta do, which is following the Most High God, which is following this book, this Bible that you have out in your house that's taking dust and you never read. Do what the Most High say. All right. That being, understand, you could drop that, please. That being said, you understand, we the I.S.U.P.K, Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge on the community General. Understand, this will conclude the class for tonight, and I'll pass the class to Officer 50 Shawan. Shalom, Israel.
All right, let's clap it up for Officer Adia. We give the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. We find it in Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Tomorrow at sundown, we have the Feast of Dedication, also known as Hanukkah in the Hebrew. You can read about that in the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 to verse 61. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, they need to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, men of Israelite Majum, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers.
Before you do that, and the sign out links is in the class, right? So go sign out of the class. You understand, if you want to be part of the school, and don't forget to understand that we have classes in French for I.S.U.P.K Quebec as well. You understand, which are in I.S.U.P.K Quebec on Facebook, on YouTube. We are blocked on Facebook, so we won't be on Facebook until the 16th of December. All right. You will still have Facebook, you understand, on YouTube and also on TikTok. And for those that speak Creole, those Levite and everybody else that speak Creole. We have I.S.U.P.K, A-Y-I-T-I. You understand? So go link up, you understand, if you speak Creole on I.S.U.P.K IT on Facebook and also on YouTube. All right. And we're also there on Instagram, I.S.U.P.K IT. Share and like and share to all the Asians that you know. It's true. Whoever like it, like it. Whoever doesn't like it, don't like it. But at least you do your work. All right. It's like that, please.
Come on, sir. With that said, men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahba Shimei Ashai Barakatham, Yadamata, Sarah Akwathian. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashimei Ashai, Yadamata. Class dismissed.